So a little while back, I did a video where I went through and showed you some of my favourite weird and monstrous animals. Whilst it was incredibly fun narrating some disgusting, awful things about these creatures, I think we need to give a little bit more love to our beautiful and horrific flora around this blessed world. So here are my favourite fucked up plants. Sorry. So, firstly we have the Amorphophallus Titanum, otherwise known as the corpse flower. For those playing along at home who have a keen eye for Latin, you may have noticed the extremely funny name. For those who don't, allow me to explain. Amorpho translates to no form or misshapen. Phallus refers to the penis-y region of the body, and Titanum means huge from the word titan. In other words, this flower is literally called the giant misshapen penis flower. Also, it smells like a rotting corpse. There's a lot to take in here. The smelly weird dick plant is endemic to Indonesia, meaning it only naturally grows there. Samples have been taken to grow elsewhere, and apparently there's one in the New York gardens, which seems interesting. I do, however, think it would be hilarious as an advertising point.
Come on and check out the Amorphophallus Titanum. It's big, it's penis-y sort of, and my god, it smells terrible. Truly an experience you do not want to miss, my friends.
I, for one, personally think it does look like a plant in a video game that results in instant death if you do touch it. Part of me really wants to smell it too. I do really love a good stank. If I ever get to New York Gardens, I'll give it a hearty whiff and let you all know my thoughts. I have also just been so politely informed that this flower looks like it belongs in the Dungun Romper universe, so do whatever the fuck you want with that information, I guess.
This is my despair flower.
That is my very best Monokuma impression. You are not getting anything better than that. Back to the science. A cool thing about this plant is that it's not actually one flower. It's a cluster of flowers grown together on one stem. This is known as an inflorescence. A really common example of these you might already know are sunflowers. The corpse flower has one of the biggest inflorescences in the world, actually. Would be cool if it didn't absolutely fucking stink, but hey, there's always a trade-off, I guess. Secondly, the pitcher plant. Just when we thought we had established the natural order of the universe, the simulation just had to throw in some plants that eat animals. The pitcher plant is one of the few plants that are carnivorous, meaning that they feed off animals in order to survive. The carnivorous pitcher plant has a specialized pitcher that is filled with a special type of liquid containing either bacteria or enzymes that essentially drowns prey that falls in and then digests it. Essentially, it's just a big open stomach. Certain animals, such as the tree shrew, feed off the nectar that the pitcher plant provides, but it can also help the pitcher plant by essentially shitting into it and giving it essential nutrients that way. Science calls this an example of mutualism, which is a relationship between organisms that mutually benefit from each other. But I personally call it gross. If you're wondering how big these can get too, there's a species of these called Nepenthes Rajah, which lives in certain parts of Malaysia. These fuckers can grow big enough to literally capture and drown animals such as frogs and rats. If you do happen to be a rat and you're watching this video though, do not fret. Most of the common pitcher plants really don't grow that big at all. Nevertheless, if you live near a well-stocked Kmart, it's your lucky day, because they sell them. What a lovely gift idea for your friend or boss. And lastly, we have the Calorie Pair. Most of you may not really know about this one, but for those who live in certain parts of suburbia in Australia, and apparently America, the mere sight of these will make you shudder and flinch. For these beautiful, delicate flowers contain a dastardly secret that you shall never know of until it is too late. And that is that they smell like semen. Yes, I'm serious. They literally smell like cum with a hint of rotting fish. Their unique smell apparently helps with their pollination by attracting pollinators like most flowers do, but just in an absolutely horrific way that truly wasn't necessary. In all honesty, and this may come as a huge surprise to you, but I couldn't find any good information as to the mechanics of how and why these smell so absolutely fucking awful. So, if I have any fellow plant biologists who have specialized in this stinky tree and for some fucking reason are watching this, I would love to be hit up with some science around it. I'm sure my uni would be slightly confused as to why I'm looking up studies and reports on cum trees. In a lot of parts of America specifically, these are considered invasive to the environment. But I also think that they are invasive to my nose and also my mental health. At the high school I went to, there was a little driveway that had an entire row of these planted on either side of the road. So we were all really dreading when spring came. Out of the several hundred reasons I was looking forward to graduating, that was definitely in the top 5. If you perhaps have someone you want to wish ill on, maybe go tell them to stop and smell the Calorie Pair. They might be, confused, but you get the satisfaction of knowing what awful dismay you have wrought upon them. In all honesty though, our Earth is just fucking awesome. The fact that nature has just evolved to be this amazing and terrifying right down to our little chlorophyll friends really just goes to show that the natural world is so spectacular when we stop and really have a look at it. I've thoroughly enjoyed doing these videos so far about nature's own monstrosities, so if you would like to see more, or if you want me to talk about a very particular organism you have in mind, feel free to let me know in the comments. I'm really looking forward to making more content featured around how beautifully fucked up our world is. I hope you're all looking forward to taking this ride with me, seeing what happens. Also, if you're a fan of environmentalism, I have a Discord group. If you want to talk about all things related to the environment, from animals to fungus to zero waste to politics, I'll drop the link down in the description. You can also find some links to all my other social medias and other platforms that you can find me on, as well as some other cool shiz that I've got down there. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. Please like and subscribe as usual if you did like this video, and I will catch you guys next time. See ya!